And I've done a couple of reviews of the Prelude before. I don't know much about Preludes, but this one does need some work. You can see the body is a little beat up. And I got this from the wife of a guy who died, so she left him the car and she needed to get rid of it, so I bought it. And here it is. The exhaust is cracked. I fixed it temporarily, and it needs brake work, and I think it's the master cylinder. The previous owner did do quite a bit of work on these things, and there's quite a big fanboy club for these Preludes. I just don't know much about them. Let's see if I can lift it. So when you look at the engine compartment, the previous owner did quite a bit of work on it. They put like these headers, this intake, or whatever it is. I don't know much about these, but you know, it's an interesting car, and I think what's more interesting about it is that this car just has a very nice style. You know, this one's a little bit beat up, but it's a cool little style. And I really like the interior. So you can see it's in decent shape inside. It needs work. But when you step in, this one's got 195,000 miles. And it's kind of neat, like having the digital speedo here. If I turn it on, for example. Air conditioning, you can see there's it's very interesting. And like when you have old cars, having these little things kind of is a nice touch. And the downside, of course, it's an automatic. It's got an airbag here. I think that's the only airbag. Let's start it. It just it hasn't been started in quite some time. That's why it's so hard to start. Sophie likes this car. Do you like this car, girl? Yeah, you do. All right. On the side here, you have like the sunroof, the cruise control, and the dimmer for the gauges. On the steering wheel, you have your horn, like these little two buttons, and of course you have the cruise control. Let's shut the door. You also have the controls for the windows in the door itself. Sophie, what are you doing? Get off my lap. And then you have your... It's a very kind of comfortable seat as well. It's something that a lot of people aren't used to, but it actually seems to work pretty well. Let's go outside and look at the... Sophie, you want to get out of my lap? Go over here. Sophie. Yeah, I wish it was in better condition, but it really just needs a little bit of brake work, and somebody can drive this thing out today. Let's turn it off. It's funny, like it's almost the same size as my Paseo, and that's my daily car. I really like that car. It's just it's got a lot of miles, it's got a lot of rust, it's automatic as well, so it's a downside. But you can see it's very like similar styling. I guess in the 90s, people were still making these coupes. And I have another coupe right over there, it's the Integra. Very similar styles. It's a little cold in DC. Let's go for a ride. Come on, go to your side. Ugh. All right. And it's a little hard starting, but it does work fairly well. I'm gonna reverse. So I told you that the downside is that, Sophie, you need to stay on your side, okay? Stay on your side. Yeah, the car drives really pretty well. I was surprised. I thought that, you know, the motor and transmission are fantastic. And it has a lot of power. Seats are very comfortable. Fixed the exhaust and the brakes are slightly fixed, it actually drives fairly well. I'm actually a little surprised about this. I didn't realize it was driving this well. The seats hold you pretty comfortable here. There's quite a bit of fans of the Prelude. Parallel parking is a pain in the ass, but jeez. I think a lot of people would enjoy this car. It's a very interesting, quirky car. And you're not used to seeing something like this from Honda, but Honda did stop making it. This car is making a little bit of smoke in the exhaust, but that is mainly because the exhaust is cracked, I think. I did the best I could to fix it. Sophie, what did you think? Did you like the ride on the Prelude? Yeah. I think she likes it.